Hi guys, this is Asif from My Smart Price, and today we have the Nokia Lumia 920 with us for the review. And this phone is selling for around 36,000 rupees in the market. This phone is the highest end Nokia phone, and this comes with the new Windows Phone 8 operating system. And this is in the white version. You also get the yellow, red, black and grey versions. Now let us have a look at the box itself. And this is the packaging that comes with the Nokia Lumia 920. And with the box you get a SIM removal pin, and the Lumia 920 has a micro SIM slot, so you have to cut your mini SIM into that size. And you get some paperwork and warranty stuff. You get a 3-pin AC charger adapter, and the box also comes with a USB to micro USB cable for data transfer and charging. Apart from that, you also get the headphones with inline mic, and it has a 3.5mm audio jack, and these are the in-ear kind of headphones. You also get some earbuds of different sizes according to your ears, and that's it in the box. Now let's keep that aside and come towards the phone. When it comes to the specifications, this phone has a 4.5-inch HD IPS LCD screen, a 2 megapixel camera at the front, and an 8.7 megapixel camera at the back with autofocus and LED flash. You also get a micro USB port, 3 capacitive buttons for going back and for the start screen as well as the search. You also get proximity sensor and accelerometer gyro sensor. When it comes to the processing, it has a 1.5 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 processor with Adreno 225 GPU. It has 1 GB of RAM and 32 GB of internal storage. There's no micro SD card slot. You also get 7 GB of cloud storage with Microsoft SkyDrive. And it comes with the latest Windows Phone 8 version. Now Nokia calls this the Pure Motion HD Plus display, and they call it because they have guaranteed that it gives 60 frames per second in the UI, and there's no blurring or anything like that when you operate the screen. And even you can use it with the gloves on your hands. The screen is built with Synaptics in collaboration, and the screen is very sensitive. That is the plus point of the screen. You can pin any app to the start screen by long pressing on the icon. You can even change the size of the tiles, and you can rearrange them as well. Now there are some good and bad points about the operating system in this phone, that is the Windows Phone 8, but I will come later to that part. Now let us focus on one of the best things which comes with the Nokia Lumia 920, that is its camera. The interface is very easy to use. You don't get much options. You can switch to video mode and photo mode. You can switch to the front facing camera. You can turn on off the flash, and you get a bunch of lenses which get integrated into the camera UI. You can set the resolution and all, white balance, etc. And the operation of the phone, the camera is very quick. not as quick as the zero shutter lag in the Galaxy Nexus or Galaxy S3, but fairly quick. Coming to the video recording, this phone can record the videos in Full HD 1080p at 30 fps, and Nokia says that it has optical image stabilization, so no matter how you try to shake it, the video output will not come as shaky as you have tried to do it, because it has small springs around its lens, which manages the shake reduction, and the videos come out very smooth. Probably this is one of the best phones when it comes to the video recording, as well as the camera clarity in the low light is exceptionally well. You can clearly see the difference between other phones and this. Let me show you some of the photos and videos that I have clicked, and one of the photo that came out during the night came out so well that even I was unable to view with the clarity with my naked eyes that this phone has captured. It was pitch black by then, and this phone managed to capture very good lighting in this situation, and the camera, you can say it's one of the best in the market. You get a good depth of field effect in the macro shots, and the colors which come out in the photos are very bright and the colors pop. But one of the downside of this phone is that the kind of clarity that you get in the low light, I mean the kind of difference that you feel between the low light performance of this phone and its competitors, you don't get to see it in the good lighting conditions or in daylight. It is very similar to its competitors. Nokia should try to improve this with some firmware and software additions. And when it comes to the other things, such as the call quality, the call quality is very good. It is nice and loud. Even the loudspeaker, when your phone rings, the ringtones and all are very nice and loud. The speaker is very clear as well. It has a 2000 mAh battery, and generally it lasts a day, very similar to its competitors. It has some power saving options, such as you can see it in the settings, and this is the battery saver option. You can turn it on, so it will try to save the battery when it is below some 20% or so. And the Wi-Fi reception is very good as well, because this is made up of plastic and not aluminum or metal. There is no interference or weak reception of Wi-Fi, you can say. You also get the multitasking support, but not true multitasking as such. When you compare it to Android, you can long press the back key to bring up the multitasking menu, and you can switch to the apps. Now let's focus to the software performance and the operating system of this phone. All the things are very easy to use. You get nice large text everywhere, and the animations and the transitions are very smooth and breathtaking to see at. Even the colors used in this UI is very good, very good. It is one of the biggest change that I have seen in past 3-4 years, even in the rival software platforms. It feels very nice to use the Windows Phone 8, and its design is very refreshing. Let's check out the performance of the web browsing. You get the address bar at the bottom. The keyboard is very good and responsive. Let's check out the Verge.com, which is very image heavy website. Now this phone is connected to the Wi-Fi network. Although the internet browser is very smooth, you don't get much options when you compare to the Android. You get some suggestions from the Bing. Bing is its default search engine. You can also use the smart screen filter, which notifies you about the websites which could be compromised and which could harm your phone. You can change the default search provider. I have set it to Google. Now let's check the browsing performance. You can switch between tabs. You can open other tabs as well from here. You can add multiple tabs. Let's open mysmartprice.com. Now this website is loaded in the mobile version. Let's load the full site. So this is the desktop version of the website. As you can see, the scrolling is very smooth. Even though the website hasn't fully loaded yet, the scrolling and panning, zooming is fairly quick. You can say that the Windows Phone 8 is lighter on the hardware when you compare to iOS and Android, of course. This is the pinch to zoom performance, which I think is very smooth. You get the Windows Phone Marketplace, from where you can install the apps and games. In comparison to Android and iOS, this is the third place. The Windows Phone 8 operating system and its Windows Phone Store is at the third place. There is clearly a lack of good apps in the Windows Phone Store, and the scenario for the games is even bad. You don't get even some popular games such as the Temple Run, and the games which are available such as the Fruit Ninja and Angry Birds, they are not that well optimized for this platform. You don't get some essential apps such as the Instagram, Google Drive, Flipboard, but you do get the third-party developed clients for them, such as I have installed some of them. You can get the Talk.to for Gtalk, and this is the Metro Paper for Pocket and Read It Later things, and you get the NextGen Reader for the RSS feeds and subscriptions. You can also install Cinemagraph, which is developed by Nokia. You get some basic and very well needed apps, just Facebook, Foursquare, ESPN, Evernote, and Box.net, LinkedIn, and one of the best apps out there in the Windows Phone store is the Microsoft Office. You can create, edit, and share your Office files such as spreadsheets, Word, documents, and presentations. There is very good integration of Office with the SkyDrive. You also get the Nokia Drive and Nokia Maps application. You get the turn-by-turn navigation and driving directions. It is even available in the Hindi language for Indian consumers. You can add multiple mail accounts. The mail experience is very good. You get the zoomed out version of the mail, but one thing that bugs me is you have to click the download images option every time. There should be a setting where you can set to show images from the known emailers. So you can create multiple accounts, you can sync, you can mark multiple mails and mark them as read or move them in separate folders. You get separate icons for different mails. I have my Outlook and work mail as well as Hotmail and Live Mail accounts set up here. You also get some lenses which are nothing but the additions, or you can say plugins to the camera, which show up directly in the main camera UI, such as this panorama mode. You can directly access it through the camera UI, such as here. So you can use different lenses such as Cinematograph, Smart Shoot, Panorama. Smart Shoot lets you shoot multiple images of the people and then select the faces from different versions of the photos which you have liked, so that no one is weirdly faced. Right now I can say that the device is very good. You can have no complaints about this device. Its design is attractive, its build quality is very good, and the screen, the camera performance is very good. The processing and the speediness of the UI is acceptable. It could be better, and the thing which is lacking from this phone is the quality and the number of apps. If Microsoft can push the developers and bring out some popular apps within some months, it could be a very good competitor to the Android and iOS. It is just lacking the apps and games. I think in a matter of 6 months or 1 year, this platform will be as good as any other smartphone platform out there. And to this device I give 4.5 out of 5 due to its quality. I will have a separate video which compares the Windows Phone 8 with the latest Android 4.2 version. Till then, keep having a watch at us, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us from your Twitter and Facebook accounts. Thanks for watching.